Is collecting comics still fun? Hi guys, welcome to Hydra Collectables, where we let our geek flag fly. My name's Luke and I'm your host, and today I'd like to open up the discussion as to whether or not this hobby of ours of collecting comic books is actually fun anymore, and whether or not it's worth starting a collection in 2022. If you were to ask this question on most platforms or forums today, a lot of people would enthusiastically say yes. Yes, this hobby of collecting comics is still fun. But a lot of old school collectors will often pull you aside and tell you that the hobby isn't as fun as it used to be. Times have changed. Over the years we have had two main catalysts that have forced the market to spike, as well as a handful of lesser things that have also pushed things to those higher tiers. This includes, but is not limited to, the birth of CGC, the creation of the MCU, and of course apps such as Key Collector. I myself have also seen massive spikes to the character of Spider-Man when it comes to comic books. After all, Sony/Disney's movie of No Way Home absolutely destroyed my dreams of ever getting hold of an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 or an AF-15. And why is that? Well, for most of us collectors it all comes down to price. A lot of these books, Spider-Man included, have undoubtedly shot up over the last few years, specifically during the pandemic, with people sat at home twiddling their thumbs with money to spend. But also it's worth noting that there have been a lot of underrated books out there over the years, and now with more and more people looking into this hobby, they are beginning to take notice. The MCU, along with many other movies, has actually opened up the comic book hobby to many new collectors worldwide, with a lot of people now searching for comic books to do with their favourite character, most notably their first appearances. So, is this it for us collectors? Personally, I don't think so. After all, a true collector, especially a completionist, won't let these factors stop them. If you truly want these books, you will find a way to get them, and make it work for you, regardless of cost or effort it might be required to get them. So again, I ask the question, is this hobby still fun? And for me, the answer has to be yes. When it comes to comic books, there is still a lot out there for me to enjoy. As those of you that frequent this channel regularly know, I absolutely love Spider-Man, and I have a near complete run of ASM. But there are other titles and runs out there for me to collect, and not just superheroes. After all, I also love pre-code horror comics, particularly that of EC, and I get a wave of excitement every time I see one available for sale in a shop or at a Comic-Con. Guys, it's like the saying goes, time heals all wounds. And eventually the world will correct itself. Remember, collectors are born, they cannot be made. And those who have bought these books during the hype but don't truly hold that built-in collector's gene will one day release their books back into the market, likely at a loss. Guys, unfortunately the sad truth is that this is no longer an easy hobby to enter into, and if you don't have the strength to get through, if you don't have the money or the time or the patience for searching for these books, it's probably best that you just stay away. Prices are at an all-time high, rare books are becoming all the more scarce, and you're not going to stumble across a comic book key at a local charity shop or car boot sale. Unfortunately, those times have long since passed, and nowadays everyone has access to the internet, most notably eBay, on their mobile devices, and they recognise what they have when they see it. Now obviously that's not to say that deals cannot still be found. After all, I've recently uploaded a video about a really nice eBay find that I myself came across. However, that wasn't any big major books. No, these were like minor keys, very small stuff, and you can bet your life that the person actually knew what was in there. Honestly, it's not hard these days for someone in a charity shop or at a car boot sale to see an issue number 1 of any character and not question what that value might be worth. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this particular topic, but I want to open this up to you guys at home. What are your thoughts on this, and would you actually start a comic book run right now in 2022? Does it seem worth it? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and you like this topic of conversation, please hit that like button. It really goes a long way to helping the channel grow. And while you're there, if you haven't already subscribed, I'd like to encourage you to please do so. If you want to see more comic book themed content, you can check out this playlist right up here. And until next time, I'll see you in another life. Take care.